What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it. This is the series review for The Mandalorian Season 1. Now, The Mandalorian, when it was discussed here in Chicago and they showed us the film, I was actually able to sit with the Mandalorians. Um, that was an amazing feat. If I must say so myself, that was probably one of the best feelings in the world to be able to be there with the cast of the Mandalorians and the stormtroopers and hear about the show, but sworn to secrecy about Baby Yoda because they actually didn't know because it was a child. So Baby Yoda was added in post production because in the script it even has a child and they're not showing a child. It's like you gotta imagine it being there. So it was quite interesting the way they did it. So there was like no one who could really leak it out to the world that the child was a baby Yoda or Yoda species. Now, breaking down the series, it starts off as this rich, raw, gritty show of the lone gunfighter who you really don't know, known as Mando, and he basically comes out of nowhere, and people are like, okay, well, what is a Mandalorian? What does it has to do with me? I'm not getting what a Mandalorian is. And for the average viewer, now Mandalorians are bounty hunters. Like if you remember Star Wars, people think of them and they see Boba Fett. They're just like, oh, this is Boba Fett. This is his movie. This is the story of Boba Fett. Now, actually, they're from a planet called Mandalore, and where everyone believes this is where the Mandalorians all come from. They're like the protectors, and they like a basically a creed or a crew. You know, this is like where they're from, what they do for a living, and it's good and fun to see. And people even hit me up at the latest hours in the world. But in this film, you character development is so much and so gripping and detailed. You get to see what it's like for a life of a Mandalorian. And with Mando, he starts off with this old armor of his, and you get to learn how the hierarchy works up in the system of Mandalorians in this series. How he upgrades his armor, goes and does a job that's everyone else has basically failed at, and he was able to accomplish. And once he gets there, he falls in love with this child that looks like a baby version of Yoda, and is actually 50 years old. And for you to not be able to see the main character's face, you just see his helmet. You were able to get emotional tone from a Mandalorian, you know, without looking in his eyes, without seeing facial movement. All of these things you were able to pick up on just by using his voice, which shows a good Pedro. Forgot his last name, but he's definitely did a great job in portraying the character to this fullest. You know, I think it's Pedro Pascal, who plays the Mandalorian. He did a great job of tone because it's very important that the Mandalorian keeps his tone to sell you and pull you in. And you don't need a lot of explosions. You don't need a lot of Michael Bay production to, you don't have to dumb down your audience. People will get it. If it's smart, if it's intelligent, if it's well written, the people will watch it. It doesn't have to be explosions every 10 minutes. And that's what thing the Mandalorian has done. They did not sacrifice the story because that's what Star Wars is about. Star Wars is about story. And when you sacrifice that for explosions and things that people can't even make out because it's happening so fast, when you try to make Michael Bay type of movies, boom, 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 those are forgettable. Those are the forgettable ones. They'll make a big amount of money in the first couple of weeks and then they'll go by the wayside. You don't want that. You want that forever thing. You want stability for a very long time. And this is the way to get it. I think they did well. Gina Carano, this is the largest thing I've ever seen her a part of as far as consistently acting. And uh, Carl Weathers is playing the guy who's in the Guild, which is this like fraternity of bounty hunters. And I thought they did a great job. John Farrow has done it again. George Lucas, who's gotten some writing credit for being a part of it, of The Mandalorian. I don't know how much writing he's actually done on it, but, just for character writing, I guess, for some of the things he's done. I'm just one of those people who are very caught into the situation that is. Even the droid, you felt compassion for him. So it was IG-11. Yeah, how could you not like IG-11? And Nick Nolte played Kill, who was great. Kill was great. We all loved the Kill character. And it's just, to me, it's very engaging. I don't want to ruin this for people who still haven't seen it. It's just something you need to invest your time into. Um, I give it 4 stars out of 4. The music, the artwork, you get to watch at the end credits. You get to see the actual storyboard work of the film and how they drawn it out and how it almost plays exactly how they written it out on the storyboard and drew it up in the film. They have many directors. Like for some of the episodes, Bryce Dallas Howard actually did an episode, which I've never known Bryce. She's the one you've seen in Jurassic Park and Ron Howard's daughter. Ron's a director, but I saw his daughter acting. I never saw her going behind the camera. So, Taki Watiki, he did the very last episode. He directed the final one, and he was great. You could tell his writing and directing. The two stormtrooper scenes was definitely him. So definitely watch the Mandalorian series. It takes you to a realm of each episode. You're wondering what's going to happen next, and then you're still seeing things not really being explained yet. But you're intrigued. You have questions. You want to know this or that or this. That means you're engaged. You're engaged to know where the series is going to go now. And so far for Disney Plus, this has been the biggest thing that have drawn in subscribers, is the Mandalorian series. Now, pretty soon, you're going to have more and more shows appear on Disney Plus. The Kenobi series is coming. So it's going to be a lot. And season 2 will be out in the fall. So they got the green light to start shooting. So in the fall, I believe they're going to come out with 12. I think they're going from 8 to 12 episodes. But we'll find out how many they do next season. But definitely, I'm one who's overwhelmed and very appreciative of The Mandalorian. Tell me what you think about it. Or what did you like the most about it? Don't forget to support the page. My Cash App is Carcino. And you could definitely click the link in the description box and hit the Streamlab up. I appreciate it. Love, peace, and hair grease.